Hello, I'm friendly neighborhood civil rights attorney Tommy Strelka, and welcome to Tommy Talk. Today, we're going to be talking about what are the magic words to say to human resources. You know, there's a perception that if you're experiencing something awful at work, a bad environment, a troublesome boss, something that's upsetting you, that you can go to human resources, explain it, and somehow the problem will be solved. That's a video for another day. However, if you go to human resources in America and you say the right magic words, under federal and state law, two things could happen. Number one, if you have a good employer, your employer should recognize that you have uttered the magic words and will work with you to try to solve or resolve the issue. If you have a bad employer, that employer is going to retaliate against you for even saying the magic words. However, because you said them, you can now sue them for retaliation. As an employment lawyer that represents employees, I can tell you that retaliation is always the strongest claim that an employee could have for being wrongfully terminated. However, if that employee did not engage in protected activities or say the protected magic words, they don't have a retaliation case. To explain what are these magic words, we've invited labor wizard Mandamus to be here today. Hello, Mandamus. Mandamus. Is that a flip phone? Is he got a flip phone? Mandamus.
Well, you know me, shameless and blameless. Oh, hey, Tommy.
Magic words, Mandamus. What are the magic words that if an employee says them to human resources, they're protected from retaliation at the workplace?
All sorts of words to talk about, Tommy.
Hey, Mandamus, this episode's for all ages. We want to know the words that protect you, Mandamus. We don't want to know the words that get you fired, okay?
You go down to HR and you don't say the magic words, you say the wrong words. You know what's going to happen to you? You're going to get mother...
Now, you do understand, and that's why you won't be invited back.
Well, damn, Tommy, don't be trying to kill my buzz. Whew! You want to hear about them magic words or not?
Yes, the words that grant protection if you say them in front of HR. What are the magic words that grant protection?
Yeah. Ooh, you know, I could have worked at Carnival. Now, the protections provided by federal and state law require the use of magic words. These are protected terms, and if you don't use all of them, or you use them in the wrong way, you don't say them all, you ain't going to be protected, and the whole thing could backfire. The whole thing could backfire. For instance, the terminology as follows: discrimination. I'll say it again: discrimination. It sounds quite effective when I say it, but that is not a magic word. Hostile work environment. Now that one had some majesty when I said it, but had no magic. Majesty, no magic. Very similar, but not the same. Those words are not enough. You typically have to say those words, but link them to a federal or state protected class, such as, I'm being discriminated against because of my age. I'm being discriminated against because of my disability, because of my race, my national origin, my religious beliefs, my color, my genetic information, my sexual orientation, my gender.
So if I said to human resources that I'm experiencing a hostile work environment because of my boss, that isn't protected. Those aren't the magic words, are they?
Bingo!
But if I said to human resources, my boss is creating a hostile work environment because of my gender, or race, or age, or because of my disability, and so on and so forth, those would be magic words, right?
If you said those words, you have said the magic words. Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle.
Mandamus. Mandamus. Psst. Mandamus. Mandamus!
I'm here, Mandamus.
Mandamus, why wouldn't the term discrimination alone be protected? Why isn't that magic?
Well, Discrimination as a term, as a word, could mean a lot of things. So for instance, I could say, I feel discriminated against by my boss because I am a Jayville Jag fan. Yay, Jags. Jags. My boss, you see, he likes them Carolina Panthers. There's no magic to the Panthers, by the way. I feel discriminated against because he's given favorable assignments to Wendy, and she likes the Panthers. I like the Jags. I feel I'm being discriminated against. However, that is not federally protected. It should be, but it is not. If I complain about that issue, if I complain that my boss is discriminated against me because I like the Jags, you know what they could do? They could plumb fire me. That whole thing could backfire because I complained about discrimination but didn't link it to anything that was actually protected in a class.
Do they fire wizards?
You know, Tommy, they do. They do. And sometimes it's for something completely out of that wizard's control. Like when I got fired when they found my medicine in my fanny pack. I did not know it was in there.
I don't think we need that story, Mandamus. Are there any other magic words?
Well, sure thing. Well, depending upon what state you're in or the conditions, well, if you talk about your pay, your rate of pay, and other people's pay, that could be protected. If you're in the military, wahoo-wah! But if you're discussing with your boss and you're in the uniformed services when you're going to go across the seas and kick some ass, also known as military leave, that is protected. For disabled employees, I recommend the Denny's outside of Grundy because you'll get 10% off the bill. But for making magic words to HR, if you talk about accommodations, that will also be protected. If you are disabled and need some accommodation, and you mention that and say it's because of my disability, which is X, and you say I need an accommodation because of my disability, that is also protected. Magic words. Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. You know, not for protection spells like defense like we've been talking about, but when you want to spin it and go the other way.
The other way?
You need to score some points. Forget the D. You need an offense. You need a nice, strong O-line.
No. I don't think so. We're not doing that.
You need to make an impact.
No, that is not happening.
Blood of 1,000 cursed dragons coursing through your veins.
Mandamus, you're never coming back.
If you want to make a point and it's time to get medieval, here's what you say. You say,
Thank you for watching Tommy Talk. If you have any questions about what magic words you could say at the workplace that could protect you from retaliation, please contact a licensed attorney in your area. Thank you.
my sexual orientation.